Hello, this is Angela of Angelic Shade Studio. I did a quick time-lapse of my mini painting for the Art Order Tiny Pleasures Challenge, and here I'm drawing Persephone for my piece. I start out with sketch pencils, graphite pencils, using a hard HB lead to lay in the sketch first. This will act as a guideline when I come back to lay in the values in the color later. I prepped this piece first by purchasing a small 3x3 inch canvas and priming it with watercolor ground, which will make the surface more absorbent for watercolor paint. I'm also using a kneaded eraser. It's those erasers that look like clay and you squish them. And that helps me to pick up the pencil without destroying the surface of the canvas. Once the pencil drawing is done, I start laying in the underpainting for the watercolor, and I call this the bad makeup phase because it looks like really bad makeup. But the reason you do these funky colors first before you paint skin tones is because skin is made up of many colors, and if you just paint flesh tone, the skin looks very dead and muddy. So painting blue and purple as the underpainting helps the skin come alive later. It adds the luminosity in the skin. So in order to make these shadows not look flat later, I tend to use the complementary color of the color that's going to come afterwards. So her cloak is going to be a fuchsia color. I mix that fuchsia with green, which is its complementary color on the color wheel, and I've gotten that kind of purplish shadow that you see. That just keeps the color from becoming too intense in her veil. For her skin, I'm using a blend of yellow ochre, cadmium red mixed with Chinese white, and the property of the Chinese white makes it kind of opaque so that when I layer it, it helps blend some of those strange looking blues and purples together in her skin better. At this point I start layering more in the shadows of the skin with dark umber to help blend the shadows better and also darken them so there's a little more contrast. And I should also note that this is very much sped up. I have had to wait between each layer to let the paint dry, or else I just end up smudging the colors around. This entire process from the preliminary drawing to the finished painting took about 2.5 hours, not including the time it took to draw the preliminary drawings on toned paper. I'm using ultramarine blue to pop some of the details and also unify the piece with a color, the same color spread out around the whole piece, which helps bring it all together and also lead the viewer's eye around the piece. I should note that the brushes I use for this piece are pretty tiny. They range from a 00 and 000 round to a 5 round brush tip. Here I start adding a bit of gold leafing because gold leaf makes everything better and shiny. For the finishing touches, I use a white gel pen to accent some of the important highlights. You can also soften the edges of white gel pen with a brush if you're quick. If you're interested in my watercolor techniques, you should definitely check out my art instruction book, Angelic Visions, which is available at a bookstore near you or on the internet. You can also buy a personalized edition direct from the artist. Thanks for watching! Be sure to click subscribe so you can watch more time lapses of my work, book reviews, and other helpful videos for artists and art lovers. Wishing you all inspiration!